How's it going, everybody? This is Phil. Exciting day. News broke, and the title of this article is Star Wars Live-Action TV Show Gets Official Title and Story Details. So now we all know Jon Favreau, Johnny Favs, fellow New Yorker. What's up? He's going to be doing the live-action Star Wars television show for the Disney streaming service, and the rumors have been that it's going to be based off of the Mandalorians. Finally confirmed from the horse's mouth. Johnny Favs put out, I guess it was an Instagram post today, and he explained a little bit more of what's going on and what the time setting is, and this is all great. The news, it comes and goes in waves as far as Star Wars, and something positive, something negative. So this week, or at least as we come to the end of this week, let's deal with some of the positive stuff, okay? So this is an article on Screen Rant, and the author is Mr. I can only assume it's a Mr. Cooper Hood. Interesting name. Cooper is a kind of cheese, actually. It's kind of like an American, kind of like a creamy, sharp American cheese. I've had it on a sandwich before. The sandwich was awful. It just ruined it. If you want a sharp cheese, go with cheddar. I would steer clear of the Cooper. That's just my opinion. Let's get back, though. Sorry for the tangent. Let's get back to this article. So, and here we see the man, and this is him dressed up as a Mandalorian. And it goes on to say, Jon Favreau reveals the title and synopsis for his Star Wars TV series, The Mandalorian. Simple, right to the point, fine. I'm good with that. Despite the disappointing box office performance of Solo, A Star Wars Story, the Star Wars franchise has seen massive success over the last 4 years. Look, The Force Awakens, massive success. Rogue One, very successful and a fan favorite, well received critically. The Last Jedi, we all know what happened with that. It made its money back. It limped over $1 billion, but it also completely fractured the fan community. And then Solo just kind of bombed out. So look, it's been a mixed bag. But I guess if you were if you were to average it out, it has been very successful. Hopefully it trends up again sometime soon. We'll see what happens with episode 9. I don't think it clears $1 billion. Feel free to discuss that down below. After dominating theaters and then in Star Wars Rebels, they are finally venturing into new territory. Thanks to Disney launching a streaming service of its own, the first ever live-action Star Wars TV show will be part of the lineup. It is being written and produced by Iron Man and Jungle Book director Johnny Favs. Details on a series have been hard to come by, as Lucasfilm has yet to confirm anything. Lucasfilm, they haven't been. The details have been hard to come by on almost anything with Lucasfilm. The way movies have been canceled and then denied to be canceled and then have been canceled yet again. Rumors continued to point to the Mandalorians being at the center of Favreau's focus, and that has been the case. Apparently, for as far back as I can remember, but there was still no signs of any official news about the series, despite set photos indicating filming was about to begin. Favreau has now come out and confirmed details about the series on his Instagram. He first confirmed that the series is called The Mandalorian, like a boss, although it could ultimately be revealed to be Star Wars The Mandalorian. I guess, that looks great on a box or some toys or on a poster. I have no problem just calling it The Mandalorian. But, I guess for the general audience, you need to signify, because not everyone really knows what a Mandalorian is. They might not even know who Boba Fett is. For the general audience, so throwing Star Wars in front of anything, it's just good business sense. But I'm fine with the Mandalorian as a fan. Revealed to be called, or could be revealed Star Wars The Mandalorian, or some variation to include the known IP. So yeah, just like I said, he didn't leave Star Wars fans with just the title, though, seeing as he also revealed brief story details for the series. Okay, and Here we have Johnny Fav's Instagram account, and let's get his whole post in here. The Mandalorian. After the stories of Jango and Boba Fett, another warrior emerges in the Star Wars universe. The Mandalorian is set after the fall of the Empire and before the emergence of the First Order. We follow the travails of a lone gunfighter in the outer reaches of the galaxy, far from the authority of the New Republic. So, this right here, lone gunfighter, sounds very cool to me. This sounds like kind of a lone wolf out there, perhaps taking on bounties of his own to kind of make his way. Maybe this is a reluctant hero, an anti-hero who finds himself somehow thrust into a story where he has to play the role of a protector or rescue somebody, and he begrudgingly takes on the task. Who knows? I mean, again, right now I'm kind of thinking in the vein of a movie, but this is a TV show, so we'll see what we get out of it. But I like the idea of a lone Mandalorian, maybe just kind of down on his luck, and we follow the travails. We'll see what that ends up being. Sure, why not? Okay, let's move forward and read the rest of the article here. Okay, following all the secrecy that has surrounded The Mandalorian, it's nice to finally have some official confirmation for what the series is about. Favreau's details confirm the previous rumors about a focus on Mandalore were true. It was the same source of that initial Mandalore rumor that provided another fresh report that Pedro Pascal may be the lead of Favreau's series. If that too proves to be true, then Pascal will be the lone gunfighter the series follows. Now that Favreau has confirmed these details, casting could be next up. Okay. And this update from Favreau will, hopefully, be the beginning of many revelations pertaining to The Mandalorian. Rumors have started to rise about who will direct the series episodes, with Game of Thrones' Alan Taylor and Star Wars Rebels' Dave Filoni among the contenders. Whoever ends up helming the episodes will do so with substantial budgets, as the show's first season will reportedly cost $100 million to make. Now that we know what part of the galaxy far away the Mandalorian will be exploring, all that money will hopefully be put to good use. And that's it. That's the end of the article. More Kathleen Kennedy saves Star Wars. Kiss my ass. All right. Whatever. I will never read that article. It'll make my head explode. Okay, look. Sure, this is cool. We have official confirmation from the man himself. We are getting, in fact, a Mandalorian based live-action Star Wars television show on the new streaming service. The episodes will have a high budget, in and at around $10 million each, $100 million based off of 10 episodes. Could be 8 to 10 episodes. So we'll see. That's enough to do Star Wars right, especially on the television screen. Game of Thrones gets a lot done with budgets in that area. So that's nothing to sneeze at for sure. I like the idea that we are kind of getting a gritty story. I thought it was going to be based in a Mandalorian society, but it looks like it might just be one lone Mandalorian, which, it really works for me. I like the idea of these guys kind of going out there and making their way and get into all kinds of adventures or misadventures, maybe taking on bounties, again, to just kind of pay their way and live life one day at a time and take it as it comes, and then to all of a sudden, for some reason, having them find themselves needing to suit up to fight a war they never wanted to be a part of, or engage in some kind of act of heroism that kind of flies in the face of the type of character they initially come across as on the screen. I find that to be a dynamic character and dynamic storytelling, and I'm hopeful that Mr. Jon Favreau can pull this off. We have directors coming in, again, from Game of Thrones, possibly. We have the fantastic and talented Dave Filoni, who is going to be directing episodes as well. That can only bode well for this series and Dave Filoni. Perhaps one day that will mean he can finally transition into a live-action movie, which I think a lot of us would be on board for, to give the guy a chance and see what happens with that. And look, this is all good. This is the good part of Star Wars, and this is, I think both sides, no matter what side of the aisle you fall on, I think fans who liked and disliked The Last Jedi and go at it with each other and get really nasty. I think they can both agree, for the most part, that this is a positive project that's taken place within the Star Wars universe and franchise and at Disney's Lucasfilm. I am definitely all on board, and I look forward to more information. I've seen the set photos over on Star Making Wars, and it's an Outer Rim kind of gritty set, much like a Tatooine, Mos Eisley, things of that nature. And that's where you would think you would find somebody like a Mandalorian kind of hanging out, because that's where he's going to pull jobs, and that's where he's going to be able to network with people of sort of the same ilk, and maybe he'll do some side jobs with other people or other characters. Like a Bosk or an IG-88, not necessarily those characters in particular, but kind of that rogues gallery that we saw show up on the bridge of the Star Destroyer in The Empire Strikes Back. Yeah, this is great. What do you guys think about it? And
this is breaking news.
Well, holy shit. I mean, look at this. This is actually a picture that came out, and this is, in fact, the first photo of the Mandalore. And, man, does it look awesome. I mean, how could you not love this picture? I mean, if a picture is worth 1,000 words, this is it. I mean, he's definitely Mandalorian. He looks just kind of badass. I mean, that armor, it always looks menacing. Look at the way that he's walking, or his stride that he seems to be in. He seems to be moving with purpose, kind of surveying the land. I mean, that was always a menacing looking costume. Just a simple tilt of the head says a lot. The body English I'm picking up on right there is a man who doesn't fool around. I like it. I like the bandolero going across the chest, with some type of ammunition. It just looks really great. This is an article, and I was trying to upload this video, and I jumped on over to /film, and then I saw this, and I was like, holy cow. So I had to add it in at the very end, but this looks great. This looks like you could see this is the set from those photos that leaked over on Star Making Wars. He's walking through this type of this village, this kind of downtrodden, rundown Outer Rim village, like a Mos Eisley spaceport. It just looks really good. It looks the business, and this has me even more excited than I was initially. This is great. This is, hopefully Disney on the uptick with Lucasfilm and Star Wars. We'll see what happens moving forward. But look, this is looking really great to me. Also on that article in /film, they did talk about some of the other directors. So interesting choices. Taika Waititi from, I always have trouble with his name, from Thor Ragnarok. So that's a possibility. That's really interesting. Bryce Dallas Howard, Ron Howard's daughter. That's an interesting choice. Directing is certainly in her blood. We'll see what she does. Deborah Chow has been named, and she's done a lot of television. She's directed episodes of Iron Fist, Fear the Walking Dead, Jessica Jones, Lost in Space, Better Call Saul, The Man in the High Castle. So she certainly knows what she's doing. She's more than welcome to take a stab at this series as well. And of course, we mentioned Dave Filoni. So look, there's a lot of talented people involved with this show, and the imagery that just this one image alone to me looks to be of a very high quality. Look, $10 million an episode so far looks to be well spent. This is only scratching the surface. This is going to be a gritty, Western type lone wolf gunslinger protagonist. I'm all on board for it. It really, really fills me with a lot of hope, a new hope, if you will. Let's just cross our fingers that this all works. I really have a lot of faith in Jon Favreau. I hope that it's not misplaced. Only time will tell. Feel free to comment down below. Of course, if this is your first time here, please consider subscribing to the channel. If this is your third or fourth time here, you're making me crazy. Just subscribe already, would you? Anyway, as always, guys, it is a pleasure, and I will talk to you sometime soon. Until that time, be happy, be safe, be healthy. Have a great day. Bye.